Today, we are going to be looking at the pros and the cons of living in Fort Collins, Colorado. And you want to stay tuned all the way to the end, because I'm going to leave the best pro and the worst con for the end. If these things interest you, then hit the subscribe button and hit that bell notification to be notified next time I post a video. And if you like this video at the end, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Now, I get calls from people every week who want to move to Colorado, but they're unsure of what it's like. They've got some places in mind, but they have some questions and they want some real answers to it. And some of these things are not things you can just Google and look up. So those people are giving me a call, and I'm trying to help them through navigating moving to Colorado and trying to make the best decision they possibly can. If that's you, go ahead and give me a call, send me a text, send me an email. I would love to talk to you, and I would love to help you get moved to your dream location. There's a lot of positives about living in Fort Collins. It's an awesome place. It's a fun town, and it's changed a lot in the last 10 years. And the crime rate in Fort Collins compared to the rest of the state is really pretty good. There's not a tremendous amount of crime. Now, I will say this, wherever you live, whatever city you live, it's hard to just throw numbers out. It also depends heavily on what neighborhood you live in. But if you know of some neighborhoods maybe to stay away from, or some neighborhoods that are really good, then go ahead and leave that in the message down in the comments so other people can see your opinion on different neighborhoods. But as a city, the crime rate is very low. Now, that being said, the con that we see within Fort Collins is it is a college town, and not just any college, it's also CSU. Now, CSU is known to be a bit of a party school. Now, another really positive attribute about Fort Collins is you can get some beautiful views of the mountains. Fort Collins is on the west side of I-25, tucked up into the foothills, and there are some places within Fort Collins that you can really feel like you're actually in the mountains, and you can get awesome views of the mountains. Now, the downside that we've seen within Fort Collins is it is more expensive from a housing perspective to live there. The average house in Fort Collins sells for about $480,000. If you go to Loveland, that same house is going to be around $455,000. Another really positive attribute about Fort Collins is they have really good schools. Now, I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate from this because people are very polarized when it comes to public schools. But I'm going to list an article down in the description that talked about Fort Collins schools compared to some of the other schools within the state, and it ranks actually really pretty well. So that's something to consider. Now, along with that, that is a downside to Fort Collins, is Fort Collins has seen a lot of really rapid growth. It is a growing city, and it's getting really quite packed compared to what it was 10 years ago. They've seen 1.1% year-over-year growth within Fort Collins. And in 2010, they had a population of 144,000 people. And then in 2021, it is up to 174,000 people. Now, another really awesome attribute for Fort Collins is it's a really vibrant city. There's a lot of growth. There's a lot of industry that's going on there. We see a lot of breweries, especially the mom and pop breweries, which are kind of fun. There's lots of those there. The old town square is just bustling with new activity and boutique shops and all kinds of things that go on there, especially during the weekends. It's always a lot of fun. And you're always going to find that they're going to have some events or festivals or brewery tastings or whatever it is. They're going to have a lot of those down in the old town square. Fort Collins also has a lot of parks, a lot of bike paths, a lot of hiking trails, a lot of walking paths, a lot of those kind of things. So if you want to spend time outside, they have a lot going for it. Now, the last negative attribute for Fort Collins, in my opinion, is the traffic has substantially increased over the last 10 years. If you live on the east side of Fort Collins and you need to go to the west side of Fort Collins, it'll take 30, 45 minutes to get all the way through, especially during rush hour. Now, the main attribute that is my favorite attribute about Fort Collins, and my last positive attribute for Fort Collins, is it is a family city. If you have young kids or even older kids, maybe kids going to college, it is a great place to live. It's a great place to raise families. It's very family oriented, and that just makes it an awesome place to be. So if this is something that you're considering, let me know. I'd love to talk with you. I'd love to answer any more of your questions. I'm also going to put a relocation guide down in the description. Some stuff that I put together that might give you some more information and help you down the journey of finding your next dream home.